Hey everyone, good morning. It's Rebecca Undum and you are live with me. I'm Rebecca Undum live this morning. So, hey everybody, hey. I don't know what your weekend was like. Mine was okay. I had a little mom meltdown on Friday. We talked a bit about that in in our free group on Friday. I am actually going to repost everything I learned there and share it in a blog post because we got some really fantastic ideas. So hope everybody had a good weekend. Good morning. Thank you guys. It's good to see you all. For those of you that are joining and have never been before, so on Rebecca Undum Live, we take a topic each week, and my whole thing is to help women rock their rural lives. I live in a very rural place, very small community, and so that's what we do. And today we're starting a new 4-part series. The 4-part series on people was actually a 5-part series on people, seemed to go over really well. And so I thought, why not keep in the spirit of series? People seem to enjoy it. So, hey, good morning. Happy Monday, Katie. Good morning, Danny. Good morning, Kirsten. Okay, so for those of you that don't know me, I'm Rebecca Undum. I'm the author of a book called How Mommy Got Her Groove Back, founder of a group coaching program called Groove School, and all-around personal development junkie. I really like to get better at things, and sometimes it's 2 steps forward, a few more than that back, but it's a marathon, not a sprint. So welcome to today's session. We're going to be kicking off here in just a minute, but one of the things I do on every single Rebecca Undum Live show is I give away a free copy of my book. And I'm really excited to give this one away to the winner today because A, she's on, which makes me really happy. So I'm narrowing it down, guys. You know that it's one of you that's already on with me. And just had kind of a whirlwind going on in her world lately, and I just want to give her a gift. And I don't know if she's read the book. We've talked about it maybe, but if she hasn't, she's getting a copy. And if she has, she's going to give the gift to somebody else. So I'm really excited to award this to my friend Katie Pinky. Katie, congratulations. I'll get your address from you. PM me your address, and I'm going to ship you a copy of the book, and you can decide who you want it signed to, too, if it's not to you. Okay? I love you, kid. Hope you're doing okay. Good morning, Carrie. Yay, you made it finally. And Tracy, good morning. You're welcome. Katie, you're very welcome. I'm very, very pleased to give a book away. I've said this before. It just feels like good karma. So I've got a few other books to ship out today, too, so I'll be shipping yours out. So send me your address right away. Okay? All right. Let's get into the 4-part series. I'm lovingly calling this the Giving Thanks Guide. And we're going to just take a kind of one topic out of this whole concept of gratitude, both giving and receiving. Because I'm just going to say we're going to do how to accept a compliment next week. So earmark your time for that one, because I swear, I don't know if it's just women in general. For sure, it has something to do with the Midwest and maybe our overall culture. We're terrible at accepting compliments from people, and it's not cool. Okay, so we need to get better at that. And so next week, that's what we're talking about. Today, hey, Jesse, you finished my book last night. Awesome. I hope those sweet little emoji faces mean you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy it. I love to hear what people think of the book. So don't ever hesitate. Shoot me an email, shoot me a text, let me know. Okay, so today, so I kind of jumped ahead to next week, but today we're talking about how to give real, meaningful appreciation that goes beyond just the simple things. But we're just going to talk about in general. So this is when you're giving appreciation to a specific person. You're saying it out loud. Oh, thank you, Jesse. I'm so happy that you loved it. That's fantastic. Because here's the thing. I think we get really lazy. And so all I'm trying to do with this 4-part series that we're really going to be diving deeper into gratitude is to make it more meaningful. Because I don't know about you, I feel like this can really help all of us in customer service interactions, whether we're the person giving the service or receiving the service. I also think about parenting, of course, and how I talk to my children. I'm hardwired to look for the crap that I think they need to fix. It's a terrible quality that I possess. For those of you that follow the Groove Seekers community, you saw my desperate post on Friday. Just tough, right? So I thought, what a great time of the year to slow down and really think about what gratitude means, what appreciation means, and how to give it in a way that means something. So it's, day-to-day stuff for us, parenting for sure, and the workplace. If any of you are in charge of overseeing people, this is something that we have got to get a better handle on. Just to give it in a way that means something to the person receiving it. Because I think sometimes we're like, oh, yep, check, I appreciated that person. Appreciation is not a box to be checked. It's something that we should do because we want that person to feel honored and revered and valued, right? Okay, hey, Glow, good morning. All right, so I've got a little sheet here for you. So it's kind of oval. It's supposed to be a bull's. It's supposed to be a target, okay? So when you think about a target, all three of the levels, the outer ring, the middle ring, and the center ring, they all have value, do they not? Obviously, the closer towards the center of the target that you get, the more valuable it is. And this is the same way with appreciation. But I want to make this really important note that as long as you hit the damn board, it counts, okay? So it's, again, and we're not like running around trying to rack up points, but it's kind of fun if you think about it like that, okay? Thinking about the people you love the most, thinking about the people you interact with, how can we hit the target of showing them gratitude and appreciation? So these three levels basically go like this. These are the things that people have. These are the things that people do. And then these are the things that people are, or that they, you know, things I am, things I do, things I have. So the outer ring, the one that has kind of the least amount of long-lasting impact, it still counts, is just complimenting somebody on something that they have. So this is where those really wonderful compliments about hair and clothes, and maybe it's makeup, maybe it's shoes, maybe it's a car. I don't have any idea what the things are that you like to compliment people about, but that's where these fall, is kind of on that outer ring. I will just say again, as women, I think, and I talked about this a bit in the companion workbook, so the Groove Finders Guide series, and this is a PDF that you guys can get for free. I'll post the link at the end here. You can get the PDF. I think that as women, sometimes our own insecurities and our own crap about worthiness keeps us from more readily saying out loud what we're thinking about other women in terms of the way they're dressed or the way they look, or, you know, just giving another woman that true, honest, sincere compliment. I don't know why we're so reticent sometimes to say those things out loud, but I'm telling you, it can make, all it does is it boosts it lifts, it gives them a lift. And it's fairly momentary, right? It's not, that's why it's not in the center. This isn't something that's going to necessarily fill their bucket for days to come. But you better believe it'll put a little like spunk in their step. It feels really good to be told that you look good, right? And what I often find with women is that we think it, and maybe we end up sharing it later with like a friend, but we don't say it out loud to the person. And in the guide, I just make the joke like, let's let them in on a secret and tell them we think they're beautiful. And again, I think sometimes we think, well, maybe that seems weird, and what are they going to say? If they can't accept that compliment and you actually mean it, then that's on them, not on you. Look for those things. Look for those things that you admire or appreciate and say them out loud. Okay, so the first is the things that we have. The next is the things that we do. This, most of us are pretty good at, I would say, especially in a work context. So as soon as somebody, you know, maybe they went out of their way to offer, you know, to help you, and it took way more time than you expected it would, and they, you know, stayed late or whatever the case may be. It's a matter of looking at something that they've done and saying, wow, thank you so much for staying late. Thank you so much for putting in that extra effort. And it's about the thing that they've done. Okay. And again, it means a little bit more. Wouldn't you agree? I would assume that you agree. With, you know, it means a little bit more than, you know, something I'm wearing. Like anybody could buy a shirt, like these shirts, like anyone could buy these. But when you say, wow, Rebecca, thank you so much for putting on a Facebook Live show that we love, you know, that's something I'm doing. So focusing on their actions. The bullseye, the one that really truly means the most and sticks with people's souls and hearts, is when we focus on the way that they are, or the way that I am. So, and this is hard. It's hard work. And this is why a lot of times we just don't do it. But I think about this a lot with my children. I'm really quick to be like, oh gosh, Andrew, thank you so much for picking up the crap in the basement. Instead of looking at him and saying, you are such a leader, buddy. You're reliable and you're dependable, and I can count on you. focusing on a personality trait or a characteristic that person possesses is totally different and should mean more. And they start to identify, especially in parenting, when we say those things and we give them actual words to the things that they're doing. So going back to my Friday, my shit show Friday with my children, and I reached out for help, and everybody in the Group Seekers community gave me tons of ideas. And like I've already said, I'm going to compile them into a blog post for you because there was some really good stuff in there. Being able to do that and put words around the behavior instead of just focusing on the behavior itself. Thank you for helping your sister. Instead saying, you are so helpful. It's different because they start to identify with the words that you're putting around it. So with my kids, one of ours was respect and kindness. So to say, that was so respectful. Instead of thank you for not, driving your brother crazy while he was asking you to stop, because this was the stuff I was dealing with on Friday. So it just reminded me that words really do matter. And if we want to reward, or we want more of certain things, we need to reward the things that we want. So, and taking the time to put the language to it that makes it about the person, not about the thing they did. Because when you think about this middle ring, even though it's important, hey Flo, good morning. Even though it's important, again, it takes away that uniqueness because anybody can do certain things. There's not a distinction between me and another person doing a specific activity. But to stop and think, how does Rebecca do it? That makes it different or special. That makes it about me. And I own it differently than I would if it was just about the action. So I encourage you all, as you walk, you go through your day, and whether it's coworkers or it's your family or it's people that you meet on the freaking street, I don't care. We all have the power to give the gift of gratitude and appreciation to people. And it makes such a huge difference. And again, if you're just complimenting a woman on something she's wearing, it's gonna make her feel awesome for a minute. But why wouldn't we take the time to do that? And why don't we? And again, with the ones that you really have an investment with in terms of relationship, think about this. Think about, how can I take, instead of just this kind of easier approach where I focus on what it is they did for me, how can I turn that into an actual trait that they possess to help them, to just affirm that in them, to remind them of the qualities that they have. Okay, so I would love to hear your thoughts on this. So the book giveaway for this next week until we meet again on Monday. This is a short one today, but that's okay. I want to hear your success stories with this. Maybe you settle in this middle ring because it's so damn easy, because it is. It's easy to look and say, gosh, thanks for doing that. Thanks for doing that. Thanks for doing that. But we don't want to just settle for the good job. Good job is not descriptive enough, and it doesn't give that person a sense of purpose and meaning. So I want to hear your success stories. Hey, Lori, I'm glad you love this. I love this too. And this goes way back. I mean, this whole model, and it's so easy to forget. It's just so easy to forget. And I think, again, with our children, the conversation changes immensely when we make it about who they are as a person instead of just what they're doing for us. Okay. All right. So this is what I've got for you today. Please, please, please share in the comments. As the week goes, I always go back and check, and I find the person who comments. And if multiple people comment, multiple people's names get put in for the drawing, and I pick a drawing for the winner for the book next week. Okay, so giving thanks, showing appreciation in a meaningful way. We can focus on the things that they have, on the things that they do, or on the things that they are. Okay, so I encourage you, take the time, slow down, be mindful, look for the good. It's everywhere. Okay, and let's see. Lori said words are so powerful, and you catch yourself thinking that a lot with your kids. Yeah, right. And we think about it, and we don't always give words to it, right? And Joe, thank you so much. It's a good way of thinking about talking to the boys. It is. And again, just slowing down and thinking instead of just being like, hey, good job, guys. And I get lazy too. We all get lazy. Great reminders. Thanks, Cindy and Carrie. Good. I'm glad that this is sticking with you guys. It's just the start. Next week, we're talking about how to accept a compliment. So if you're one of these women that gets complimented about some way that you look or that you're dressed or whatever, and you brush it off and dismiss it, next week is for you, because we're going to talk about that, okay? All right, so Groove Finders Guide series. I will post the link to the PDF workbook in the comments here. I will post the Groove Seekers group. It's free. You should absolutely take a look at it if you need just a little extra boost. It's a fantastic group of women in there. Let's see, what else? And I'm still working on my video training. I got really busy this last week and I didn't get it all done, but it's like 70% done. So as soon as that is done, you guys will be the first ones to get the link for that as well. So all I can say is just look for the good. Give thanks, especially to the people in your lives that need to hear it so desperately. In a time when I think there's so much freaking negativity, like it's just gross. This is something so easy and it's free, and all we have to do is put a little bit of effort behind it and it can make a huge difference. And you know what? We're maybe not changing the entire world, but we're changing our own world. And there's a huge ripple effect that takes place when we choose to change our own world positively. So get centered, get grounded, look for the good. Okay? Groove on, everybody. Have an awesome week, and I will catch you next week on Monday, same time, same place. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye.